Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Art Whisperer 88. On your screen you will see a very simple diagram, or doodle as I call them. I'm planning out this landscape format print, and I have these shapes. I have a main shape, which is a circle, and then a smaller circle, followed by a horizon line, and then two shapes. This is a rectangular shape and another rectangular shape. So I have four zones here and a dividing line. And this is a rough guide to the composition of this piece. And I did go through my stencils. So I have, let me turn this page so you can see better. I have these reusable plastic stencils. These are actually the donut holes that I cut when I did these shapes, these circular oval shapes, and then these are the insides of the stencil. So I have an assortment of these shapes, and then I have a lot of these half moon shapes. As you can see, these haven't been cleaned that well, but the residue does help me locate them when they're on the plate, and they do give an interesting texture. And then I have these guys. This is a curved, I'd say you'd call it a parabola. It's a curved shape, and then I cut it in half. And I have that. I have the same thing with this. So I'm going to work with these, and based on the doodle that I have, I will see what I come up with. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back from a little break. I went through my acrylic paints, and I've decided I'm going to use these deeper colors because it's fall anyway, and I think nature turns to richer and deeper colors in relation to the season. So I have here acrylic Mortem Violet by Amsterdam. I have red ochre. This is one of my favorite colors. It's like an iron oxide or a rust color. And my all-time favorite, cobalt blue. So these will be the background colors. So let me start with the red ochre. Now I'm going to do 3 zones of color. So I'm going to start with the red ochre. Then the violet will be on this side. I failed to put a drop of oil here on the brayer. It's not squeaking, but it is, it's not rolling as smoothly. So that's another problem I have with these brayers. And sometimes for some reason the metal gets too tight. And what I do is I take a screwdriver and try to gently pry open the hinge here, so there's a little more room for this to roll, and then it can roll a little more freely. Anyways, that's it for the violet. And lastly, this is the Amsterdam cobalt blue. Okay. Now I will put some circles here. And here's the So this will be the first layer of color. And here is my Somerset paper. hopefully this will transfer effectively, because prior to this video I had treated the plate with some baby oil just to clean off the stains of the magic markers. And as I had mentioned before, it's a good practice to occasionally give your plate a spa treatment with some baby oil. It eliminates the excess stickiness of the plate, and I think it improves the overall condition. Okay, let's see what we got. It's a very painterly result. And I love the contrast of the red ochre. So here is the first layer, and as you can see, it's the reverse of the doodle that I had done. So this is, keep in mind, if you plan out a composition, it's always going to come out in reverse in a print. So I'm going to air dry this and continue on to the next step. So I will see if I can capture this ghost image. I have here some Arctic by Lukas. And here is some Naples yellow, also by Lukas. Now I haven't cleaned the brayer. I want to create some blending. And I'm just going to without switching brayers, I'll just keep going from right to left. Now this time, for the sake of blending, I'm not changing the direction of the brayer. It's always up and down. Instead of going this way, I'm just keeping the direction consistent. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, the ghost image is beginning to wake up. And like I had mentioned before, even with a bit of planning, which I do, the results are always a surprise. It's still a bit of an unpredictable medium, but I find that's what appeals to me so much, is that it has the element of surprise. Okay, since I'm picking up a ghost print, I will leave this for about 5 minutes. So I will be right back. I will soak my brayers. By the way, whenever I buy mushrooms, I love mushrooms, I save these plastic containers because they are a perfect fit for brayers. So I soak these like this. And it's a perfect fit. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. So let's see what we got. Oh, I love this texture. This is something that you only get with a ghost print. And I think it's very effective. Check this out. I'm very happy with this. I was never expecting this, but here it is. So I will air dry this and then continue on to the next step. Now I took a good look at the ghost print and I thought maybe I can still try to make use of it. So what I had done is I took the tube of iron oxide black, this is Lukas, and I directly applied it straight out of the tube to make the circles and lines following my layout. So I will allow this to dry. I'm going to air dry this and then apply a lighter color on top. So I'm going to enlist the help of my fan here. And continue on to the next step. Okay, it's been a few minutes. There are still some very wet, blotted areas here. Blotchy, I mean. I'm going to proceed. I'm going to consider this as an experiment. So I will use these two colors. This is Naphthol red, which I will use on this side, and then caramel, which I will use on this side. So I will start with the lighter color. Now, there's no guarantee that this is going to work. This is an experiment. It may turn out to be a huge mess, but I'm not going to find out until I try. Now I'm trying to pick up the leftover layer, so I'm pressing very hard, and I will leave this. I'm going to risk the fact that it might tear the paper, but I will leave this a little longer, maybe like 7-8 minutes. So I will be right back. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's see what we have here. It's something very different. It's almost like a spider. Pretty vibrant result. Very interesting. It's a very painterly. I will air dry this and see what is the next step. So I'll be right back. I'm going to try to do something with this with light green. I figure the plate is still saturated with paint, so I might as well keep going. Now the under layer is a bit drier, so I am changing directions from up and down movement to left to right as well. Now the result for this, I guess, is going to be very painterly, sort of like abstract painting, where there are no clearly defined shapes. That is a very different look. Okay. Again, I'm going to leave this paper on for a good 10 minutes because I'm trying to pick up the dry layer underneath. Okay, it's been about more than 10 minutes. Let's see what we have. It's a really interesting, complex result here. I see it has picked up there's a tear here. Here we go. It is really very painterly, like an abstract expressionist oil painting. So I'm going to air dry this and finally clean up the plate and decide what to do with the other pieces that have been drying. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. As you can see, I have here the first pull, and I pulled out my reusable plastic stencils, and I've assembled them in certain places. Now, since this is a rather more complicated composition, I'm going to need the help of a cheat sheet. So this is the piece of acetate that the gel plate came in, and I will trace the shapes. Now I've had many comments from some of my viewers telling me, why don't you just take a picture with your cell phone? Well, the first reason I can't do that is because the cell phone is recording this as I speak, because the cell phone is my camera. And the second reason is I really prefer drawing in the shapes. And I can use this as reference. So once you have something that you can hold in your hand, I can manipulate it or work with it. I won't be able to do that with a digital image. That would be kind of going on a tangent. And I'm old school. I like to draw. So that's my reasoning. So now I have my guide. So I can take these guys off. And reposition them on the plate in reverse. Because I want the stencils to fall in certain places. And it's hard to do that when you have to do it backwards. So this is the position that I want it to be, right side up. So printed on the plate, it has to be backwards. So I will put this here. Okay. This guy goes here. This half moon goes here. This small half moon up here. this donut goes here. Another donut goes there. And then this piece goes like so. Okay, so that is the general layout. And then I have some vacant spaces here. So this is where I use the donut holes, as I call them. So have that there. This it's too big. This here. There. I have some really small ones. These are very easy to miss because they're so little, but I think they do add to the interest of the print. Kind of like punctuation marks, as I like to think of them. Okay. All right. So now that I have that set up, now this is where I have to make decisions about color. Since these are deeper, richer colors, I probably would need to counterbalance this with some lighter colors along the lines of parchment or light yellow like Naples yellow, or Arctic, which is a very pale blue. So there is some. So okay. So I will have these different zones of color. I'm going to start with the Arctic right here. And this time, maybe because I want the colors to come out fairly transparent, I won't put too much. I have some metallic here. And then some pale blue here. Okay. So let's see how this turns out. I forgot to turn this on. There, that's better. So hopefully this layer of paint is going to transfer nicely. Okay. I'm going to add some scribbles. They just add some texture to the print. Give it some kind of added dimension. Okay. So now I will proceed to remove the stencils. Just making sure that my fingers are clean. That's why I have my wet rag handy nearby. Okay. So to refresh your memory, this is what the print looks like. This is the first pull. I think I misregistered it. I put it on crooked. I just hope it's not so bad. Okay, let's see what we got. I did miss some stencils. No, that's two. That's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with this. I was aiming for that retro modern look, kind of like the look of the 1950s. So this is the first pull, and this is actually only 2 layers. I may decide to stop here because I think that it is a standalone already. I don't think it needs any more. And let me close up. It's got a lot going on already. And then the gold in the middle gives it a little shine. I'm glad I put those scribble marks because they do give a lot of movement and depth to the piece. So anyway, this is the first pull. And now as far as the ghost prints, I think I have 3 left. I will do them in a separate video. I can probably call them a ghost series in honor of Halloween. So I can do ghost 1, 2, and 3. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, and I hope to see you next time.